Hello everyone, welcome to our video. As you already know, in today's project, I am going to tell you how you can control an LED strip using any commonly used IR remote. So let's get started. First of all, we start by project's part list. Like any common machine, our controller have three parts: input, processor and output. For the input, we need an IR receiver. In my case, it's TSOP 1838 or simply V1838. You can use anyone commonly available. The function of the IR receiver is to change the IR signal from remote to hexadecimal codes in order to use them in our programs. It also helps to differentiate between different buttons of our remote. It has generally three pins: VCC, ground and signal. You need to know the pin configuration of your receiver before starting the project. Now comes the processor. As you all know, as always, I am going to use Arduino Nano. You can use any other processor or microcontroller. This is the main processing part of our circuit that uses the signal provided by the IR receiver, interprets it and controls the LED as required. At last, output. Now comes the last component that we need. As we want to control LED strip which consumes a higher amount of current which my microcontroller cannot handle, we could use a relay. But using relay will not allow us to switch between different brightness. So we are not going to use it. We are going to use a N-channel MOSFET, more specifically an IRFZ44N. It has 3 pins: gate, drain and source, and provides variable resistance to work similarly as an PWM. Now overall you know how our project works. Let's start by connecting all the parts. By connecting a digital pin of Arduino to the signal of IR, VCC of the IR to the 5 volts and ground to ground respectively, and uploading a simple IVREC demo code from the great IR library and pushing any button on remote, I am able to see a hexadecimal code on the serial monitor. But what's it? By a single push we are getting same code many a times. To prevent this, you need to add a 100 microfarad capacitor between pins of the IR respectively. Now it works as required. Now we need to get the hexadecimal codes of the buttons that we need to use. Copy those codes and paste it into the program wherever it should be. Next, you need to solder everything on a perf board or simply a PCB. If you are still confused, you can find the parts list, schematics, codes including necessary things on my Instructables, so feel free to visit it. The link would be as always in the description below. After about 20 minutes of soldering, I was able to complete my PCB. Next, I added the hexadecimal codes from the serial monitor to the program and uploaded it to the Arduino without any further changes. If you want to control more than one LED strip, you are free to modify the program according to your needs. Now comes the powering. You need to power the whole circuit with 12 volts and Arduino with a separate power supply of 5 volts. As I am using a cheap clone of Arduino, My Arduino cannot work with 12 volts, so I had to add a different 5 volt power supply. Now after completion of project, I checked whether my project worked or not, and it worked as it was supposed to. Now in the end, as always, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned. Let's meet in some other upcoming interesting projects.